Hey girl, hi! How you doing? Hope you're fine, hope you're well. How's quarantine treating you? If you prayed today, I hope you have, because listen, if you've not spoken to the Heavenly Father, he wants to hear from you. Give him a little call, ask him how he's doing, do you know what I mean? Now, today, I decided to just put on some makeup because I really don't have anything better to do. Now, I probably could be working out, but I'm not going to, because I feel like if God wanted me to have Jada Kingdom's body, if God wanted me to have Bernice Burgos' body, if God wanted me to have a tiny non-existent waist, he would have injected some motivation inside of my bones, but he hasn't, so we move. I feel like my purpose is way larger than my weight could ever be. So that is, you know, how we're gonna not self-deprecate and love ourselves anyways. Now, if you are from the UK, you probably have seen the absolute circus that happened on Monday. Now, if you're not from the UK or you don't frequent Black Twitter, you would probably not know that a whole bunch of UK celebrities were exposed for some wild tweets they made back in the day. Now, this is nothing new, because we all know someone, we've all been, like, we have been in close proximity to people tweeting wild things, whether it's showed up on our TL or it's us that have tweeted it. And it's kind of like, do you know what? I don't know how I feel about cancel culture. I don't know if I've spoken to you guys about this before. I've definitely like spoken to the mandem, so I'm sure they're tired of hearing me say this, but hopefully this is a new insight for you guys. Now, a lot of people got exposed, like a lot of people, and some of them are like the YouTube UK girls, and I can't lie to you, I wasn't surprised. Not because I believe that any of these people are trash, but it's just because it's like, if you was on Twitter, like in the beginning of Twitter, like 2009 to like 2012, 13, you would know that Twitter was a wild place, like insane. There were no rules. It was a wild place. So all these tweets popping up and people being exposed for the anti-black, homophobic, whatever things that they used to say back in the day, it's not a surprise to me. I'm just kind of surprised at people's reaction, I guess. I mean, the TL was a shambles. It was a shambles on Monday. It was entertaining, I can't lie. There was a lot of really funny tweets. Now, one of the girls, the girl that I saw be spoken about the most, like I said, it was many of the girls, including Mandem. One of the girls that I saw people going in on was Nella Rose. I can't lie to you, I really had a good kiki and a good laugh at what people were responding. But a bulk of Nella's tweets were very like, black girls like shouldn't do A, B and C, black girls this, black girls that, whatever. We're bored, we've heard it all before. Now, the funny thing is, if you've seen what Nella looks like, it's a little bit like, says she a black girl, like black, you know what I mean? So I can't lie to you, a lot of these tweets that I saw, not just from Nella, but like from the girls mainly, I kind of thought, you saying all this stuff about black girls, you're saying that about yourself, essentially. So you're just spouting your inner thoughts and your self-hate onto the TL, which, okay, whatever, do your thing. And don't get me wrong, like, it's not that I think cancel culture is dumb, but I kind of think cancel culture is dumb, because I feel like if we're all going to be angry and upset about someone tweeting, commenting, writing, feeling a certain way at a certain point in time, should we not like look and like analyze their most recent behavior to see if anything has changed? If it hasn't changed, then cool, act accordingly. If you don't want to support them anymore, fine, whatever. If you feel like the things that they said were unforgivable and you're never going to support them again, okay, cool, like, cool. But it's like, I feel like my thoughts are going to be all over the place because I feel a lot of things that are kind of conflicting, but they all make sense. So I'm going to try and make sense of this, and please don't read me for my eyebrows. I know they are trash. They just don't grow. Now, I will focus mainly on Nella because she is the one that I saw people coming for the most, I guess. So a lot of like the responses of the tweets were like, they were actually like quite funny. Like they were all pretty funny because the majority of the day, like, Nella did not respond. So people were like, wake up, they're flaming you. Those tweets made me laugh. But I saw a lot of people be like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter because, you know, you guys are going to forgive her anyways, so what's the point in all of this? And I can't lie to you, that to me that was a sentiment, and it wasn't just with Nella, it was just with everyone in general, because I feel like when these things come out and when people are found to have said all these really vile and disgusting things, it's like we don't hold them accountable for very long. Now there's certain people that I don't necessarily like align with, and I kind of keep it that way because I'm like, I kind of want to protect my headspace. And I feel like if there is someone whose energy I feel is off, I may not know them personally, but I kind of feel like, how do I word this? Okay. So one thing I did see on the TL was people being like, you guys are gonna forgive Nella anyways. I enjoy Nella. I think she's really cute. I think she's hilarious. And a lot of the things that she said, majority of it was aimed at black girls. And if it was a white woman, a mixed race woman, a non-black woman saying all these things, maybe my forgiveness would not come so quickly. So that's me being biased. Cool. I can accept that. But one thing, it's like, we all know, if you are from like, if you're like my age mate, you will remember the times where being a black girl, not that it was like frowned upon or bad, but you never wanted to be the black girl that gets targeted for being black. And I know that sounds dumb and it doesn't really make sense, but walk with me. Let's just go on a little journey here. So being the right type of black girl, or I'm not like other girls, was a thing, I know for myself, was a thing of like, listen, I am out here trying to survive. I don't want to be the one to be targeted, therefore I'm not involved. It was a wild, wild place back in the day, not just on Twitter, but in general. And a lot of the things that were said back in the day were accepted because it's, I guess, we just not had reached that level of ascension, understanding, woke, to really deep how detrimental, disgusting, and really harmful the things that we would say to each other were. So again, I am not excusing these people's behavior. I am just trying to paint a picture of what things were like back in the day. Now that we know better, we do better, right? So, me seeing those tweets, not only from Nella, but from like a lot of these people, it's kind of like, well, this isn't a surprise, sis. This is what the girls were saying from time, and this is why for a very long time I was kind of like, well, my own self-hate was loud in my mind, and I know that it kind of still is now. It's very good, like it's been quite quiet now, so you know, we thank God. But like the self-hate train, for me personally, listen, this service has been running for a really large part of my life, so it just is what it is, right? Now I think if we are collectively, as a unit, as a nation, as a black population, gonna cancel someone, we need to do it with our whole chests, right? But we also need to be very mindful of what that means. So, Beyonce, for example, if she was exposed for being anti-black and saying things like, well, black girls shouldn't wear whatever because they could never, mixed race girls are elite, black girls are not, this is why, blah 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 blah. If we're being real with ourselves, how many of us would either not bat an eyelid and forgive her straight away, or make excuses for her? How many of us would really cancel her? Like, in all honesty, let's deep it. If back in the day Beyonce had Twitter and she was exposed back in 2009 for saying really ignorant, really dumb, anti-black things, would we cancel her? I mean, I personally don't think we do. We would, because I feel like we have our favourites, and not just like the black community, but like in general, people have their favourites. So you are gonna forgive your fave for pretty much anything. My eyeshadow is trash, by the way, so I'm not really gonna like give you details on what I'm doing because it's not relevant, but let's hope we turn it anyways, because this isn't looking great so far. But yeah, back to my point, like, would we really cancel Beyonce? I don't think we would, because she is Beyonce the queen bee. And as we have seen over the years, people have realized that she's black, right? My camera cut off, but yeah, like, what does someone have to do to be uncancelled? Now, this is a genuine question, and me personally, I kind of feel like growth and I guess a genuine display of growth, I don't know what that would be, and I guess a sincere apology. Do you know one thing I do find hilarious? I know you guys know, okay, the big YouTubers that have said something racist back in the day. We all know who those are. I'm not gonna utter their names because I only believe in speaking goodness and light. When they apologize, victimizing yourself in an apology does not make. Understand? So when you say sorry for something, you can't now put yourself in the victim's seat and be like, you know, I only done this because I'm feeling bullied and I'm depressed and mental health. I can accept that I can accept that when people are going through things with their mental health and things may not be great, they may act in a way that is not favourable and is not nice. But to now blame depression, bipolar, whatever mental health disorder issue that you may have, that doesn't make sense, because it's like, I know depression quite well, and never in my life have I said something racist and blamed it on depression. Like, I've never said something racist and been like, it's because I'm depressed that I'm racist. No, you're just racist and you're trash. So analyze that, do something with it, take it to Jesus. If you don't believe in him, take it to whoever and sift through that. But I guess it's me that's mad, right? But whatever. I am no one's authority on how to do things or why you should do things. I am no one's PR. But as a consumer, as a viewer, a watcher, someone that is influenced by these influencers, I would say their PR teams work on sincerity, however you want to call it. If your client is going to apologize for something that they did, I personally, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I mean, I don't matter, so you really don't have to listen to me. But I would urge my client to be genuine and sincere in their apology. And if they don't feel bad or they feel like they have nothing to apologize for, don't. Just don't. Because I think it works out in terms of like consumer trust. It works out better for you just be authentic and stand in that, right? Now I understand business wise, some of these people, you don't want to lose your brand deals with different well-known brands because brands don't want to work with people that are openly racist. But I guess you should really think before you not only tweet, because I feel like it's kind of useless when the tweets are from like a really long time ago. But I guess this is just a lesson. Like anyone that is like young, 13, 14, 15, whatever, not even young, like anyone that feels like, oh, you know, I have to be controversial to blow. Don't use racism as a tool to blow, because it's really ugly and it's not nice. Pointless, fruitless, makes no sense. This is just a word from a black girl that is tired of hearing these piss poor apologies talking about, I was young and I just wanted to be edgy and that's not really how I feel, but I was bullied when I was younger, so in order to bully my bullies I was a racist, or I was bullied and now I'm racist. I'm tired! Very, very tired. Also, I use Auntie Jackie's palette because I feel like those are all my thoughts on cancel culture. I know this video, in terms of my thoughts, have been up, down, here, there and everywhere, but are you judging me? Can I not just be me? Also, if this has taught you anything, kids, just don't be racist. And if you are, just really analyze yourself. And I don't even mean that just from racism, I don't mean that because I'm a black girl, but I mean in terms of if you're racist to Asian people, if you're racist to mixed race people, white people, if you're discriminatory to anybody, if you're homophobic, if you're transphobic, if you're misogynistic, really take time to think about what that really means about you as a trash ass human being. And I don't say this because I'm perfect and I am supreme. All these things are true, but I say this because I feel like in general, hatred, bitterness and just like rottenness inside doesn't bode well in general. The Bible speaks of God knows your heart, right? Is your heart clean? Now you may not be a Christian, but I am. So the Holy Bible to me is a reference of really how to move, you know? So I guess in the meantime, while we are on quarantine, I guess it's a perfect time to reflect, fix any self-hate that you may have. Oh wow, she is patchy today, but that's okay because she's not going anywhere. So yeah, like fix any self-hate that you may have, speak to whoever you pray to at night, If it's the devil, hey, I've got some prayers your way. And delete your old tweets. Do not get caught out there. Also, if anyone says to you black girls shouldn't wear insert colour of lipstick here, insert hair colour here, insert colour here, they're a liar and they probably hate themselves. Because when it comes to colours, it's very wise to look up the shades and the tones that would suit you best as a human being. And I, as someone who is highly melanated, I just have the gift of being able to wear neon colours and looking unreal, supreme, and amazing. I have the ability to pull off blonde impeccably. Anyone that tells me this blonde don't look good on me, you a liar, girl. I also feel like, in general, but especially for black girls, there needs to be a high level of delusion that says you are the baddest bitch in the world. And that's not because I feel like black girls aren't beautiful, because we are. But people constantly telling you how much they hate you can really like tear away your self-esteem. So I say don't listen to them, because they're jealous and they really want to be you. And ultimately, as long as you're not hurting anyone with your makeup or your hair choices, like, do whatever you want, you know what I mean? I feel like the end of this video is like just me going off on a tangent about how much I stan black girls, but like, we're amazing and perfect and unmatched. Probably should have contoured my nose, but I'm not going to, because black noses matter. Let me finish this with a beauty block. This was not a makeup tutorial, so my makeup is not impeccable and amazing and great, but it's okay, we move! And yes, I'm wearing bare blusher. Why? Because I can. Yes, this is the end of my video. Why? Because I've got like 2 minutes left on my card, and I probably should end it before it just ends by itself. The moral of today's story is get right with Jesus. Love yourself, love others. Also, watch my videos, because I'm sure you have nothing better to do. We are literally in quarantine, meaning you cannot leave the house. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Also, subscribe to my channel, because it's not only free, but it's also good for your soul. And yeah, I guess I will see you in another video. And then move in. Yeah. Bye.